Hello, everyone.
Hello.
We're just going to wait one moment to get started here. I'm just going to adjust the lighting since we're going to be talking about makeup. It's a little bit dull in here.
So today's presentation is on RVB LAB, the makeup. RVB LAB, the makeup is owned by the same company that makes the Diego de la Palma professional skincare. And because it is made by Diego de la Palma, it is very much focused on professionalism in makeup and really, really important skin beneficial makeup. Makeup that is good for the skin so that estheticians can feel comfortable selling it to their clients, knowing that they're providing them that further care that one needs for their skin in order to maintain its health, its glow, and prevent aging.
So today our webinar is going to be run a little bit differently than in the past. We're going to go through all the products available in the range. We're going to talk to you about the full permanent line, and then we're going to introduce the new spring-summer collection. And then in the end, we'll do a little bit of a demo showing a makeup look with the new collection. And I'll show you what that looks like. So I think we're ready to get started with the presentation portion. We have quite a few people joining us now. So I'll get started with the presentation. Just one moment. Okay, and as always, if you have any questions, please share them in the chat, and in the end, we'll go through a little Q&A feature. Okay, so we're gonna get started talking about Diego de la Palma, the brand. If you're familiar with our skincare, then you know Diego de la Palma has 3 different levels. There's the Diego de la Palma Milano, which is the retail makeup line. And then there's RVB LAB, which is the professional makeup line. And of course, the professional skincare. Diego de la Palma is found all over the world. It's a very well-known brand, sold in beauty centers and primarily the professional beauty market. Here's just a sampling of where they can be found around the world. They are based in Milano, specifically in Brera, Milano, which is where the heart of the fashion industry around the world is. So naturally, they're inspired by the latest trends and everything that is up and coming. Being in the heart of fashion, they always know what's coming next before we even know. It's not unusual to find that there's a color in the collection that launches in the summer that we won't see in other lines in North America for another 2, 3, sometimes even 5 years before it comes here. So with Diego de la Palma, we're always ahead of the curve. Diego de la Palma, we often get asked, who is this? Well, Diego is known as the Italian prophet of makeup. He's a very famous makeup artist in Italy, sort of the first celebrity makeup artist who became known as being a well-known artist for makeup. He did all these celebrities, all the film stars, and more importantly, all the magazines and fashion shows. Diego de la Palma did all the concepts for the makeup to create the looks that then would be seen on the runway that would then dictate all the trends around the world. So really, he was a huge, important figure in the world of makeup.
And still is today. He's on Italian TV, making up the stars, and actually has his own TV show where he shows tricks and trends of makeup. Has makeup challenges on TV. Really fun guy.
And he's been a celebrity makeup artist, particularly known in Italy, since the 70s. So well before anyone like Bobbi Brown or Charlotte Tilbury or some of these celebrities that we have now who have makeup lines in North America, way before that, we had Diego de la Palma doing makeup, who was well known in Italy. So from the expertise and creativity of Diego de la Palma's makeup, we have RVB LAB. Now, what makes RVB LAB different from other makeup lines? Well, first of all, it's easy to use, and it's a professional makeup line with professional results, but made for everyone. So that means that all the textures, all the formulas, they're all easy to use. So you don't have to have a professional makeup artist's hand to use it. That means when you sell a foundation to your client, she doesn't need to know all the latest techniques to be able to blend it. She can kind of just slap it on with her hands and it's going to look good because the formulas work for her.
It's very user-friendly.
Exactly, user-friendly. Now, on the other hand, if you are a makeup artist and you're looking for that strong performance product, something that you can really work with and really be an artist with, you're gonna find that with Diego de la Palma. They're very professional formulas and you can really do anything you would wanna do with them. They're high performing, they have comfortable textures, and they give unmatchable results. This point about comfortable textures is really, really important because a lot of the times when you ask your clients, why don't you like makeup, or what is it that you don't like about your makeup, it's that it feels uncomfortable. There's some foundations out there that just feel heavy and you can't wait to get it off your skin, or mascara that weighs your eyes down, lipstick that feels sticky and you can't talk because it's sticking your lips together. These are all very uncomfortable things, and at the end of the day, even if you like the way the makeup makes you look, if you're not comfortable, you're not going to reach for it every day. The Diego de la Palma formulas are all very lightweight. So when you put your makeup on, you don't feel like you're wearing makeup. You feel natural.
And the skin feels really comfortable and soft and not sticky. I love their foundations. I love all their makeup. It's very easy to apply. I can do my makeup full on in 5 minutes.
Yeah, very easy to use and quick. And the other thing we should mention is that the makeup formulas are all a hybrid between skincare and makeup. So every single product in the range, from a foundation to an eyebrow pencil, has active ingredients that are actually going to be working towards the health of your skin. So whether that's anti-aging ingredients, whether that's vitamins and nourishing oils in the lipsticks, every single product when you're wearing it is going to be working as skincare. So this is all treatment makeup. We often have people asking us, is this mineral makeup? And this actually goes far beyond being mineral makeup. It's mineral makeup, but it's this hybrid of skincare and mineral makeup. So that when you wash the makeup off at the end of the day, your skin is actually going to look better because you've been treating it under your makeup all day. You haven't been clogging your pores and making it tired and dull and weighing it down. You've been treating it. So as we said, these are all born from the inspiration of the professional makeup artists in Milano. This is the next very important point is that this is a complete but a compact line. So they've created this line with the independent beauty professional in mind. Because the reality is that you're not all Sephora. We'd all love to be Sephora, but we're not all Sephora with 1,000 lipsticks and 2,000 eyeshadow colors. If you think about it, every single product that you have on your shelf is going to be money sitting on your shelf that you're waiting to sell. So it's really important that the line that you have is chosen with smart colors and smart products that are going to give you the flexibility to do trendy makeup or a bridal makeup or an everyday look, a young client, a mature client. You want to be able to have the range, but at the same time, they need to be smart chosen products so that you don't have to have 20 eyeshadows just waiting for the one person to come in with that correct eyeshadow shade. It's easy to sell and it works for you and it makes your money work for you. So it's composed of core products, which are the full range. You can maybe see a little bit behind me here.
That basically is the classic core range that we sell all the time. And then we have the fashionable colors that come into the seasons, spring, summer, fall, winter. So we have 2 collections every year.
And with those colors, it allows you to jump on the trend without having to
have too many products in stock, but still remain, fashion conscious, focused on what's trendy. This summer, maybe this summer they're launching a bronzy lipstick because that's what's trendy this summer. But next summer, maybe it's hot pink. So it can vary depending on, again, the fashion.
Exactly. So, and which again, if you look at, if you're looking at this as a retail, from a retail strategy, that makes sense because there's always, even if you go into a clothing store, there's always sort of one color palette that dominates for that year. So it doesn't make sense to have last year's colors. You want this year's colors because that's what everybody's asking for. It allows you to buy it in a short collection, sell it while it's hot, and then you don't have to worry about it next year because it's done, and it's done. And then These are the one-shot collections. You have your chance to sell them, and then next year we're on to the next one.
So in total, the makeup range, the core range, has approximately 85 products and 12 accessories. The accessories, of course, are your brushes and sharpener, and we'll go through those. So the third point that's very important is proven effectiveness and safety.
Exactly. This is clean makeup. You may have heard this term being discussed in the media and in fashion magazines, online. Clean makeup is something everybody's looking for. What does that mean? It means there's no parabens, there's no heavy metals, no gluten, it's not tested on animals, it's all very environmentally friendly and good for your skin. Now, Diego de la Palma makeup goes beyond that. We have absolutely zero heavy metals. There was a specific test that was developed by RVB Labs to test for heavy metals. So that means we have no chromium, lead, mercury, arsenic, cobalt, and nickel.
And these are all common minerals that are, common heavy metals that are found in a lot of makeup, especially when it comes from countries where the laws are more relaxed or there are no laws governing the levels that are allowed to be in a product. This is extremely important for you to know, because a lot of people are out there looking for gluten-free or mineral-based, but they don't think about this particular point. It's not ever well explained by any of the professionals out there. And I feel that this is an area that we need to really emphasize to our clients, and of course to you. You know, you're the carrier of our messages, and so this is something that I would really, really stress that you understand how important it is to talk about to your clients. What happens if you get a product with heavy metals? Well, let's start with the fact that your skin is absorbing them into your bloodstream, so this can cause all kinds of mutations in your cells. You know, it can be very dangerous. The government in Canada and United States does govern how much heavy metals are allowed in a product. However, in those countries, and of course in Europe, it's much lower, the levels that are allowed, lower than in Canada, lower than United States. And unfortunately, a lot of the makeup nowadays, especially less expensive items, are being made in countries where there is no regulation, and that becomes a major problem. You see a lot of people having allergic reactions as well, developing dermatitis, all kinds of problems with buying inexpensive makeup that hasn't been put through this particular test. Okay, so we've talked about the band. The packaging is very unique as well. It has beautiful black packaging that is very strong as a brand, and everything is very luxury as far as I'm concerned. It looks really good. It has beautiful brushes or accessories that come with it where necessary. All right. Everything is packaged in boxes, and so your clients are getting it with an expiry date from 12 months from the date of opening. It does have all the ingredients on it. It says made in Italy, and again, it's in at least 6 different languages, including Arabic, and of course, all the Inchi lists are there. The communication, this is the general image of the brand. And then of course, every year we come out with the seasonal collection. You can see this summer what the collection is going to be. So that's right behind us. All right, we don't want to make this too long, so let's get on to right into the actual products and why, what each product does and how it works. So let's talk about the foundations or the face first. This is the most important part of our professional treatment, I believe, because of course we deal with skin. And today it's really important to show a healthy looking skin. We're promoting that in our skincare, and of course we want to continue that conversation with the makeup. So we have compact cream, fluid foundations, high coverage, medium coverage. We have everything that you need, but they're all feel weightless and blendable. And we also have powders. Let's talk about the cover stick. The cover stick is a very important tool for the makeup professional. It covers dark circles, spots, and it does come in three different shades from very light to dark. It's soft, comfortable texture, not greasy, conceals blemishes, excellent coverages, suits every skin type, anti-dryness, vegetable waxes. So again, we recommend using it either with your fingertips, ring finger, which is lighter, or a brush, number 3 brush.
For a retailing tip, this is a really great product for someone who suffers from a lot of blemishes that needs something on the go. So if they don't want to bring their whole long-lost camouflage foundation, which we're going to get into next, they can just bring this small little thing. It's the size of a lipstick. It can easily pop in your bag, and you can touch up on the go.
Can you give me the number 3 brush if you have it there? So I just want to show you what the number 3 brush looks like. This is that it?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the number 3 brush, and it's made out of synthetic vegan hair, but it's very firm yet soft, and so it allows you a lot of control, and it's made ideally to be used with creamy products. It can be used with powders as well, but it does work very well with creamy products, and that's why we recommend it. If you're trying to get into hard to reach areas as a professional, this is a good brush to use for the foundations or the cover stick. The long-lasting camouflage foundation is one of the first foundations that RVB LAB made. It's an airless tube with an emulsion dispenser. That means no air gets inside and you're able to squeeze out every bit of it. The long-lasting foundation does come in 5 different colors. Again, the lower number always indicates the lightest, and the larger number always indicates the darker colors. It has a high coverage, long-lasting, creamy foundation, very comfortable second skin feel to it, natural, radiant, and it's also anti-aging. It has pomegranate sterols, which are antioxidants, Asiatic centenna that stimulates collagen and elastin, and it is also soothing and antioxidant. The SPF 20 ensures good sun care coverage, and I would like to propose to you that you try to get your clients to not necessarily go to a sunscreen when they're not going to be out in the sun, but to definitely use a foundation to get that SPF coverage of 20 over their creams. Okay. The makeup artist suggestions for a 0 thickness covering: apply with brush number 5, which is your foundation brush. Let's see if we have it here. So this is the foundation brush. It's a typical brush, but we also have the new selfie brush that some of you may be haven't used before. This is our selfie brush, and I love this. It's a wonderful product. It makes foundation applications so much easier. So again, we have both. And of course, you can always use your pre-cut latex sponges as well. We now go into the new HD Lifting Effect Foundation. This is our newer foundation, was launched just last year, and it has more of a porcelain skin effect, also ideal for younger skins. So it's good for toning the skin because it has that HD lift effect, but it can also be used for younger skin. It comes in this container with a pump dispenser, and the new formula contains the extract from this Stellantis Acmila flower gems that is responsible for reorganizing our collagen in our skin, giving you that lifting, plumping look. Also has a very smooth, almost no pore effect, which is wonderful because as we get older, we lose the elasticity in our pores, and so our pores look as if they're enlarged. Well, they're not enlarged because we have more oil. In fact, we have less oil, but they're enlarged because they're losing their tone and they start to no longer, be smooth. They're a little bit more evident, and so we want to make that look less enlarged, and we want it to look more firm and toned.
The other important thing to note is that it's not just older clientele who want that smooth, perfect, flawless complexion. young clients are really looking for it. They're so used to it from social media, from seeing that absolutely perfect poreless complexion. That's what they want to achieve themselves. So even though this says lift foundation, it doesn't mean, don't look at that and think that that means it's only for mature clients. It's great for younger clients as well who want that perfect, absolutely perfect made up look.
Yes, and the other ingredient that is in there is wakame extract, and this is a seaweed from the Far East Seas, rich in mineral salts and vitamins. Why is it in there? It helps to even out the skin tone, reduce appearance of redness, and signs of aging. So again, those little spots that maybe are there from blemishes, the redness that could be there from an inflammation, or even just broken capillaries. As we get older, we have more sun damage, we have more blood circulation that starts to slow down, and accumulation of little capillaries all over. So we want to look smooth and perfect. So that is the look of the HD foundation. Now, in terms of coverage, it's a buildable medium coverage. What does that mean? It means that if you're going to want a foundation for everybody, this is the foundation to go to. If you want a foundation that is a little bit, has more high coverage because the customer has a problem with acne or spots or something that she's trying to cover, then obviously we're going to go to the previous foundation, which was a long-lasting foundation. This one is, again, that second skin effect, very easy to blend and excellent staying power. So we don't need to worry about it fading away or not blending properly. It's so easy to put on.
This is a foundation that you don't need a primer for. You can think of it as the primer technology being built into the foundation as it is, because it's smoothing, it blurs imperfections, it's lifting, and it also is long-last second skin effect.
Yes, and a lot of people ask us, what about primers? What about primers? And you know, primers became really popular for a while, and I do see lots of primers still being sold out there. But let's face it, the average woman out there who wants to do her makeup, she's not going to want to have all these different primers, and she doesn't need them. If you buy a good foundation, you don't need to waste your money, your time, and your energy on applying all these primers. We do have a primer, we'll talk about it soon, but again, you don't need it if you have pretty good skin, okay? Or even skin that is not so great, and you don't have the skill or the time to use it. The formula of the HD has, again, no parabens, no petroleum, no mineral oil, no gluten, and no propylene glycol. This is another ingredient that is not very good for the skin, and again, DDP doesn't use it at all. Here's all your colors from 61 to 66. We have found that this is a very comfortable range, and it suits most skins.
I don't think we've mentioned yet that the technology of the pigments is what's known as like a true match technology. So the color, once you apply it on your skin, it actually blends in with your natural skin tone. So you can be off by a shade or two. For example, I use the same foundation in the winter and the summer. And in the summer, I do get a little bit of color and I get about a shade darker. I could comfortably move up to the next foundation color, but I find that the color blends so well that I don't need to switch my shade. So it makes it really easy for you when you're trying to match shades for a client. You don't need to find just the one exact one because it doesn't go on like paint. It goes on and then it blends thanks to this particular diamond powder technology. It blends in with your natural skin tone very easily and it reflects your natural skin tone. So after a moment of really easy blending, it matches perfectly to your client's skin tone. So you don't need to worry. It makes it very easy to shade match.
And again, if you're checking what color should the customer be using, I would recommend using the sides of the skin of the face to just put the dots on there. Don't blend them. I've seen people do this where they put the product on, then they blend it. If you do that, you're going to lose that perception of what is the right color. So just put it on like a dot and then just leave it. And then whichever one blends in best, that's the one that you're going to want to use, okay? HD Lifting Effect Concealer, this is instead of the stick, as we started our presentation, this would be replacing the stick. So why would you use this? Because it has the same technology of the lifting effect as the HD foundation. It also has it in the concealer. It has a medium buildable coverage. So if you're looking for something that is not as heavy coverage as the stick, this is perfect. I also like to use this for women who have bags under their eyes, dark circles, also a little bit of wrinkling, because when it's heavier, the texture of the stick, in comparison to this one, it's going to perhaps show more the lines and wrinkles, unlike this one, which blends right in. Having said that, I have used both. I have wrinkles around my eyes. I don't find it a problem for me, but again, making that job easier for those clients who don't do makeup every day, this is a really, really easy product to blend in. Okay, excellent stain powder. Once you put it on, it doesn't move, doesn't go into the lines, doesn't show. I've seen concealers where you put them on and then you look in the mirror an hour later and you've got everything kind of has gone inside the line, collected inside the line. Horrible for that. You know, it looks like you're more wrinkled than you really are. So minimizes imperfections and sign of aging, bright and natural finish. Comes with a sponge applicator, but of course I suggest just applying it and then with your finger blending it in. Here's all the colors. It goes from 11 to 14. Again, it should be tapped with the fingers or brush number 3, the brush that I showed you earlier. All right. And also you can use this. I like to use it on top of my eyes as well as an eyeshadow base. So I do like this product because often our eye, this part of the eyes gets, you know, more veiny, a little bit more dark, show it's transparent, so it's not as clean a canvas as you'd like to work on for the next application. Or sometimes I just leave it and that's just what I wear instead of eyeshadow. The other foundation that I absolutely love is the Illuminating Light Foundation. And this is the foundation that I go to for clients who are a little bit shy about wearing foundation. Maybe they don't like the look of foundation. They don't want to feel like they're wearing foundation. I would almost say this is almost like a BB cream. And so it's a very light emulsion. It evens out the complexion. It brightens up the skin. And it's great for people who are in sports or open air activity lovers. If I'm going to go skiing, this is the kind of product I wear. I wear it in the summer. I don't wear my HD foundation in the summer. I wear this one instead. I'm wearing it today. I blended it with the new collection that we're going to be showing you. It's a new glowing primer. So I blended it together to give me this nice glowy look that you might be seeing on my skin. I don't know, I can't tell. And so it's enriched with vitamin E and vitamin A. It also has cell protectors to protect me from the environment and pollution. And so it also has sun filters, again, SPF 20. I'm sorry it doesn't say that in the slide, but it is an SPF 20 again. So again, great foundation for those clients who either don't like to look, don't want to wear foundation, but they would like to have something that evens out their complexion. They can even blend this with their cream and make their own BB cream. This is a wonderful opportunity for them to explore makeup, and as they wear it, as they get used to wearing it, then they might go into more of a made-up look with the other foundations. All right.
This is also great for somebody who has generally really good skin, but they just like the look of being a little bit more even. They like something a little bit lighter, brighter. They don't need the coverage of the other foundations, but they just want something to brighten and even out their tone. So for like a young client, someone with generally good skin.
And I would also say men, you know, we need to talk about men. Men today, some of them want to wear makeup, and you know, anybody who wants to look a little better, but not necessarily be wearing a full foundation, this is perfect. Mm-hmm. So again, here more information about the ingredients, but you can look at this more carefully yourself. Again, it's an anti-aging product. The Cream Compact Foundation, also a wet and dry foundation. It's one that people often forget about in our collection, but I like to bring it up because it's perfect for those clients who have that really greasy skin. And, you know, they just can't seem to control their shine or their greasiness or the sebum collecting throughout the day. So this is perfect. You can apply it with a sponge, or you can apply it with the selfie brush or actually the selfie brush or the sponge that it comes with is perfect. This is a great product to use. I really enjoy using this too when I've given a client a laser treatment or a laser facial and their skin is quite red and they need to go back to work, or they don't want to face, you know, the public looking so red. And so what I do is I will take this foundation and just gently apply it, and there's no rubbing or movement. So if the skin is a little ouchy from that treatment, this is going to be just fine, and it immediately soothes their skin and immediately covers the redness. Why does it do that? Because it has again, that vitamin E anti-aging action. It also has hyaluronic filler, so it just fills up your skin. Collagen propeptide and micronized pigments. Amazing, amazing product. Medium high coverage, so medium to high coverage, and that's why I use it on those customers who are really red, perhaps even clients who have cupros, you know, telangiectasia, and they don't know how to put makeup on, or they just want something quick to use in just that spot. This is perfect.
Also great for anybody who's had fillers or injectables. You'll get that like bruising on the spot where you've had your Botox. You can use this to cover that bruise really easily, and it's also going to help to heal, especially when you have somebody who's had something like a filler or a medical, like more aggressive treatment, laser, something like that, where their skin is really red. They're going to be worried about what they put on because their skin is a lot more raw. Sometimes you're looking at almost like a wound in the case of an injectable.
Yes.
So you need something that you know is safe. And that goes back to what we were talking about with no heavy metals and being clean cosmetics. You know it's safe to put on a wound, and you're not going to have an injury or any kind of sensitivity as a result.
Any of you in the audience that are working in medical spas, this is a perfect makeup to be selling, and we do have quite a number of doctors using this product in their spas because it is such a safe product to sell, and you know, nothing is more dangerous than, you know, doing a service on someone and then they go and they react or have an allergic reaction. So the other product that we want to talk about is
Just discuss this. The wet and dry.
The wet and dry. So we discussed the cream compact foundation. Now we're talking about the wet and dry foundation. So again, both of these are meant to be used on compromised skin for that good coverage. I just want to clarify something. The cream compact foundation is better used on skins that are more dry. This one, the wet and dry, is better used on skins that are very oily. Okay, so the cream compact foundation, I like to use it as well when my skin is going through really, really dry phases in the winter.
It's very nourishing.
It's very nourishing, very hydrating, whereas this one is better used for skins that are more oily and they want that touch-up. Okay. It also has the anti-dryness rice powder, which absorbs sebum.
This one can be applied, it's called wet and dry, because you can apply it dry just with a big fluffy brush like this one. So if you have a client who doesn't really like makeup, but they just want something quick, they can apply this with a brush all over, and they'll look more even. It'll even out their tone, give them a little bit of coverage.
Keep them from looking shiny throughout the day.
Exactly, eliminate the shine. If you have a client who does want more coverage, then you take your sponge that it comes with, you apply it, you wet the sponge, and then you apply it with the sponge. It will dry to a matte finish. So that's why it's called a wet and dry. If you apply it wet, you're gonna get a little bit more coverage, but you're always gonna have that matte effect.
And let's not forget the selfie brush. You can also use this. Matte effect is really important for that oily skin. At this point, we also want to talk about the new palette that came out this winter. It's called Skin Perfector Face and Eyes Palette. This is a handy, compact, all-in-one palette. It can be used on the face, it can be used on the eyes, it can be used on the cheeks. So it comes with 4 different powders that can go from the most natural to the most intense look, and it perfectly blends into any skin. So let's take a look at what exactly is in here. The smoothing powder, this is basically a face powder, so it's a compact powder. I like to use the smoothing powder on my cheeks before my blush. I like to use it on my eyes, over my eyeshadow, before my eyeshadow, after my camouflage concealer. And especially I like to use it if I'm not going to use any eyeshadow at all, but I want my eyes to stay perfectly all day. The blush powder is a blush that it can also be used on the lips for giving you a little bit of color, and then of course followed with a lip gloss. And the highlighting powder, this is the fun one that I love, and I have been using it all winter. This is the one where you can apply it with a brush or your fingers. It's very, very, very shiny. And I'm going to use it on Amalia because I have glasses on, so you can put it on as a highlighter over the brows. You can use it on top of the blush to highlight the cheekbone, and you can also use it in areas to bring out and highlight. Okay, so very easy to work with.
It's really nice as an eyeshadow.
Yes, you can also use it as a lip gloss, blended with your lip gloss to give you that really shiny, glossy look.
One thing I want to mention about the smoothing powder is that it is translucent. It does not have a shade.
Right.
So you don't need to worry. This works for every skin tone because it's translucent. It's just like an optical primer. It just smooths everything out and then mattifies a little bit. So you don't have to worry, it's not gonna add pigment.
Yes, and the sculpting powder number 2, this is of course used to sculpt, so for blending and shading on the face, but I have also used it as a bronzer. So again, if you're going away, this is a perfect product to sell to a client. One compact for everything.
It's also great if they're just starting to get into makeup. They don't want to carry a lot of products, but they want to be able to do a professional look or a little bit more of a made-up look. With just one product, they can do a lot.
And I've also used the sculpting powder for highlighting, shading in my eyes to create that, to conceal the hooded effect. So in other words, eyes that have a little bit of a downward or a drooping eyelid, you can use that to lift up that area. So again, remember, all those powders can go anywhere. Another item that has been launched this past year is the Urban Jungle palette. This is inspired by the jungle, so everything is very earth toned, and it goes from warm to cool shades. Very ultra thin, weightless powders. All our powders are beautiful, by the way. We can't say that enough. Very easy to apply, perfect adherence, doesn't move once it's there. Beautiful feel, very lightweight. So again, this can be used in various areas of the face, lips, eyes, anywhere. And here you go. For example, the sunrise could be taking the same, could be taken in the same areas as I did with my highlighter. Mm-hmm. The loose high definition powder, this is for finishing off your makeup. Especially if you're doing a professional makeup, it's important to finish them off all over so that the makeup lasts well into the night or into the day, depending. Of course, this is often used in bridal makeup.
I should explain before we go any further, this is called high definition because it is made for cameras. There's a big problem with a lot of finishing powders that if you're using them for photography, so you can imagine this would be a huge problem when you're looking at bridal makeup, the flash of light gives a glare and you can actually see it ends up illuminating the powder. So you might have seen some photos, like paparazzi photos of celebrities where it looks like they have baby powder all over their face because the powder that they were using is not a high definition powder. It reflects the light and it ruins the makeup. So if you're doing a professional makeup where someone is going to an event and having their photo taken, and realistically with cameras these days on their phones, everybody's taking photos all the time. You need to have a powder that you know can stand up to photography and a flash. This powder is high definition because you won't have that issue. It's a mattifying powder. It can work to extend the makeup like a makeup fixer, and it gives you a natural finish. So even if you don't want foundation, you can just apply that over to get rid of shine, and it's a translucent shade as well.
And one important point that I like to point out is that, again, being a dry skin, a mature skin, I don't want a powder on my face that makes me look more dry, more old. So the anti-dryness olive oil sterols have that beautiful nourishing and do not make me look dry at all. Powder blush, we have a beautiful case with mirror and a very, very nice blush brush for every client when they purchase. We have 4 different shades. Again, that weightless texture, soft, silky, easy to blend, healthy glow effect, micronized soft focus pigments. Again, that important, enriched with ingredients that are good for the skin, protect your skin from pollution, from the environment. Vitamin E is what is in there, all right?
Soft focus means that, and the soft focus pigments are found in all the products. Soft focus means that it's almost like, think like an Instagram filter. It blurs the finish to give you a soft, like you're under really beautiful sunset lighting. It just blurs everything over, makes everything look smooth. And this is really important because some makeup sticks in the pores and it makes blemishes actually become illuminated. It creates shadows. You need soft focus pigments to smooth the appearance.
And again, it makes more work for the makeup artist. So imagine if there's more work for the makeup artist, imagine what it's going to be like for a client who is not a makeup artist and you're trying to sell her something and trying to get her to use it and be comfortable with it and apply it properly. So this is what we're talking about when we say easy for the user to apply, user-friendly. And this is a good point for not only the general public, but also for makeup artists who don't have time to, you know, make a client up, especially if it's a bridal party you're trying to make up. Who has time to be spending hours blending a product you've put on? Tanning cakes, we also have tanning powders. These tanning cakes, as they're called, they come with a truce with a mirror and no brush, sorry. So you do have to we recommend using the large face brush with this. A tanning cake is exactly what the name says. It gives you that bronze look. You can also use them for contouring. So because they come in 3 different shades, so they can be used as contouring or tanning. Very easy to use, sebum absorbing for long lasting action. So obviously, the tanning cake is going to be used on clients who are already tanned, and perhaps you have a hard time blending or finding the right shade of foundation to use on them. I would say don't even try if they're tanned. Just go right to the tanning cake. They're tanned anyway, and unless you're trying to cover something, or blemish, or an imperfection, tanning cake is the perfect go-to product in the summertime. A lot of people don't want to use foundations in the summer. They would like the idea of looking tanned without the damage from the sun. And this is really what this is all about. And that finishes our face segment. Now we're going to go on to the eyes. For the eyes, we have many different products to style around the eyes, depending on what your look is that you're trying to achieve. We have trendy colors, we have extra blending textures, we have technical eyeliners, super pigmented mascaras, and everything to create anything from the most creating the most daring look to the most sophisticated to the most natural one. We'll begin with the eye pencils, and the eye pencils, although there's many of them on the market, I find very, very few meet my standards of a good pencil. To me, a good pencil needs to be easy to apply, easy to blend, and it stays put and doesn't run. That is my pet peeve. Putting a pencil on and it doesn't stay. Second pet peeve is that it doesn't blend well. So when I go to blend it, it comes off or blends poorly, so then I have to reapply. Another point is it needs to be dermatologically tested because my eyes are very sensitive. My eyes tear quite regularly there. And this is, again, another problem. I hate to say this, but as we get older, we end up with all these little problems. Eyes that water too much, eyes that are more sensitive to anything we put near them. And so again, I want the eye pencil to stay with me all day, even though my eyes may water, and not give me any irritations. But I want it to blend easily, and I want it to have that strong endurance. Anti-dryness vegetable oils and waxes is what is used. This is the only product that is not made in Italy. It's made in Germany. And Germany has the best pencil manufacturers in the world. And this is why it's made in Germany. So eye pencils, we have two, a number 11, which is black, and a number 12, which is brown, dark brown. Those are the two that are part of the collection. We do have pencils that come into collections based on what is trendy that summer or that winter. So for example, this past winter, we had a golden bronze. This summer, we're going to see a new eye pencil being introduced. So again, does add to the collection, but 11 and 12, black and brown, is what you'd want to have in your toolbox all the time.
This goes back to what we were saying about not being a ton of colors. A lot of lines you'll see 6, 7, 8 different colors of pencil. But the reality is, what do you reach for day in, day out? Black or brown. And then there might be the odd season where for one summer you're really into blue and you're gonna wear blue every day. But are you gonna wear blue every day all the time? Probably not. So black, brown, that's all you need, and that will let you cover 99.9% of your clients.
Mm-hmm. Eyebrow pencils, these are wonderful pencils. They come as two-ended, one with a brush at the end, an eyebrow brush, and the other side, of course, the pencil. It's a medium hard lead. So what does that mean? It means that it's not too soft, because if it's too soft, it won't stay on, it's too easy to remove. And on eyebrows, you want the product to sit and stay and not come off. But on the other hand, you want it to be blendable, so it can't be too hard, so it needs to blend. It's ideal to fill in thin eyebrows, or where you have a problem in a specific area, or you want that really, really high definition pencil. Long lasting, very important to have this in your toolbox. It comes in 2 shades, number 1 and number 2. And by the way, do you notice how there is no black? Black is never used on eyebrows. It's too harsh, not a good idea. The color would be either 1 for a blonde to medium, and then number 2 would be medium to dark. The other product for the brows, and as you know, brows are huge, is the brow fixer. I like to use this one because it's particularly suitable for all types of eyebrows, specifically the ones that are already thick. And so they need to be tamed and stay in place. If you want something that's transparent, we have that. As you can see here, you apply it with quick light touches all over, or you can apply the product to regulate and fix the desired form.
So basically you brush your brows into shape, and you can think of this as being like a gel that will keep your brows in shape.
Or you can have somebody who says, yes, I have thick eyebrows, but you know what? I would like to add a little bit of color. So this is a way to add more color. So there's an 801, 802, 803. Again, light to dark, suitable for all types of eyebrows, particularly the thickest ones. I do like to use this when my eyebrows start to lose color. I do have gray coming in. So this is a good product to think about selling to those clients who come in for regular eyebrow tinting, and in between, to get them from one appointment to the next, they want to hide that 1 or 2 hair that's gray that's come in, but maybe they're not ready yet to come in for a full brow tinting. So I like to use this sort of that in between. And then we have the eyebrow liner, which is water resistant. And this is a wonderful product for all kinds of eyebrows. It sits on the skin, it doesn't move. You can even go to bed with this on, wake up the next day, and it's still there for those wild parties, party nights. So this is the product that go to. Also, I like to use it when I'm going swimming, or if I'm skiing in the winter, if I'm going for a walk and you know you're going to get snow, or anytime anybody needs a product that will stay on. It is actually what I used this morning, and so I can very comfortably rub back and forth and it does not come off. Okay.
You can also use this to create a really natural effect. If you just want to do a few little spots, maybe you have a few patches. I have a few spots where I'm a little bit more sparse, so I fill it in there. But on days when I want to have a really graphic, Instagram eyebrow look, you can use it to do something more thick and fill in for a more graphic look.
This is a brush that you want to sell your customer. You can also use this professionally, of course, but it has two ends. It has the brow, which is, as you know, an eyebrow brush needs to be stiff but soft feeling, not scratch the face. On the other hand, it needs to be also blended, and so we have the two sides. We also came out this year with a long-lasting, water-resistant, high-definition brow pencil. Why? Because we had been asked by clients who don't want to sharpen the pencil, don't want a sharpening pencil, and so they want an automatic pencil, and they want something really easy to apply. They don't want to go to the bother of the pots or the volume fixer. They just want something really easy to use, and again, do that hair effect, just brushing in this product. Very, very precise tip, allows you to define and fill in the brows. So again, two colors, 31 and 32. And so here we have, that ends the range of the brows. So we have 4 different products to meet everybody's needs and everybody's preference to what they want to use for their eyebrows.
Brows are a huge trend, so it is important to be able to offer a range, because brows used to be something where you'd maybe sell one pencil, or the odd person would just sort of brush their brows and that was it. But now everybody knows that brows are a big trend. They're trying to fill in, they're trying to find brow products. This is one area where I would suggest you make sure to carry all the products, because if you don't carry it, maybe you think just having a regular pencil is enough. Well, somebody's going to look for an automatic pencil and now you've lost the sale. So this is one area where it is important to carry all the products, because there is such a high demand for them.
The next segment is for the eyes. Excuse me. Another product is called the Kohl Kajal. Now this is pure kohl. It comes in an automatic pencil, so you don't need to sharpen it, and it's very soft. I would recommend this for that really intense, deep look. So that means you're going to apply it inside the lid, on the lower and on the upper. It's meant to be used inside the eye area for a very soothing, comfortable feel in this very delicate area. It is with cotton oil, so it's a natural vegetable oil. And again, it can also be used to create that smoky eye effect for both the inside and outside of the eye, blending it onto the upper lid. Precision liner, this is a liquid liner, and comes with its own tip, felt tip, so it's very easy to draw a smear-free precision line to the eyes. It's micronized, high writing powder, so it gives you that beautiful flowy look. Strong endurance filming agent, doesn't crack, doesn't smudge, doesn't smear. Again, beautiful velvety finish, and with an intense black color. Also waterproof.
This is again really great for photography makeup because it has that velvet finish. A lot of liquid liners have almost like a wet finish where it's a shiny finish, and that's really distracting in photographs. Unless you're looking for that particular look, it's much better to have a velvet finish so it's not distracting. So this is a great product for bridal makeup as well.
And then we have the essential eyeshadows. Now the essential eyeshadows come with a little mirror and an eye brush. There's a total of 8 colors. These are all the most essential colors that a makeup artist needs in her toolbox. So we start off with number 1 being a white color, and then it goes into number 2 being more of a
number 2 is a very dark black.
Dark black can also be used for smoky eye. Number 3 is your soft cream
It's also
highlighter.
shimmery for a highlight.
Shimmering for highlight. Number 4 is your classic brown. Number 5 is your classic pink, matte. Number 6 is a classic mauve purple kind of color, and then number 7 is a green, and number 8 is a blue. So there you have all the range of colors from cool to warm tones, from light to dark, that any makeup artist would need in her toolbox. Silky texture, highly blendable, long lasting, instant writing. That means that it immediately goes on and stays put, enriched with vitamin E and anti-dryness olive oil. Sterols makes these very blendable. Again, all the eyeshadows can be used, applied with either a number 4 or a number 3 brush.
And they can also be applied wet or dry. So if you want a more intense shade, you can wet the brush and it'll be a really, really intense shade.
And if you're looking for that blue, but you don't have that blue pencil, if you're looking for the green and you don't have the green pencil, well, you can apply a brown or a black pencil and then apply the eyeshadow on top of it with your number 3 brush. And there now you have created a number 3 line, a blue liner or a green liner or any liner that you're looking for, that you may not have purchased a pencil for. Now we move on to the mascara. Mascara has had a huge impact on sales of makeup. We have 3 different mascaras. We have an extra volume mascara for those really, really thin, sparse eyelashes. We have this in a number 11. It's a extremely intense black mascara, and it curls and thickens as it goes on. It gives you extra volume for a very, very strong look. And again, it has a natural vegetable gum that gives you that nice flexible film to the lashes so that they don't feel uncomfortable, stiff, and so on. It's a really, really great product to use from the bulb of the shaft all the way up to with a side movement of sweeping up, and very, very easy to work with and comb the lashes. The next one is our false eyelash mascara. This false eyelash mascara is meant to give you that extraordinary volume for those clients who really have thin lashes and are looking for that vroom lash effect. And so this one, that's why it's called fake eyelash effect, enriched with ceramide biomimetic volumizing and strengthening agent, which means it's actually treating the lashes to make your lashes healthier so that they continue to grow and not stunt the growth. As we get older and as we use makeup, some people, especially if they're using poor quality makeup, they'll start to see that their lashes are falling out and not coming back. So this is actually a strengthener for your lashes as well. So good for the health of the lash.
This is also a great mascara to give to anyone who was using lash extensions. After you take off your lash extensions, your lashes are often damaged, broken, it's heavy on the lashes, and so your lashes break more easily. That's why you need something like this one. The false lash mascara will actually strengthen and condition the lashes to grow back to their natural level.
Absolutely. And there's one more mascara that we don't have here.
We don't have in the presentation.
But it is called a Don't Cry mascara. And just like the name says, don't cry, which means it's good for even the most sensitive eyes. It's been dermatologically and ophthalmologically tested so that it will not cause any eye to water or be sensitive to it. So if you have a client who comes in and says, I can't wear mascara, every mascara I try makes me sensitive, what can I do? It's also one that is wonderful for that instant volume, instant effect. I personally love this mascara, and this is the one that I use all the time now. Mm-hmm. And it also has that volumizing action, just like the other mascaras, but has the ability to also treat the lashes. So again, for those customers who are coming off of having false lashes being applied, or those clients who are losing their lashes. So again, good for your lashes, good for the growth of the lashes, but also high performing.
One other thing we should say about this Don't Cry mascara is that it has tubing technology, which means that if you do cry, if you're wearing it for a wedding, for example, or if you wear it and you're going for a day at the pool and your lashes get wet, it's not going to run. It comes off like tubes. So when it's time to remove it, you can easily remove it with a little bit of pressure and warm water and it'll slip right off. But it does last through rain, sweat, tears, anything like that.
Yes, so any of you have ever used Kiss Me Mascara or heard of Kiss Me Mascara before, and as you know, they've got that tube technology. This is the same idea here, where it's easy to wash off. So it's great for customers too, who perhaps are not as diligent about removing their makeup as they should be, and they just want to use their makeup, their cleanser, their regular cleanser, or even just water to remove their makeup. All right, now we move on to lips. Here again, it's really important to have comfort in mind when you're selling a lipstick. I personally find that because I wear lipstick a lot, I like my lips to feel comfortable. I like to feel like they're moving and not being constrained by the product that I've applied. I want something that's going to sit and not bleed into my wrinkles on my upper lips or lower lip. I want to create that fullness. I want it to stay on. I don't want to be applying my lipstick every hour. And so all these things are what I'm looking for. And so for that, we go to the line. Let's start with the lip pencil. The lip pencils have the same qualities as the eye pencils. They're soft, they're comfortable, they're easy to blend. They give you that extremely natural redefining lip color with moisturizing vegetable extracts and oils. And it's very easy to blend as well with our lip brush number 1. We have 3 colors to work with, number 21, 22, and 23. These are all very useful colors to have in your toolbox. So that you don't need to worry about having too many pencils, going from, again, almost a red look, but with a warm tone to it, 22 being the most nude and 23 being a little bit stronger.
I would say 22 is more for a pink base, and then 23 is more like a brown sienna tone. So with those 3 lip pencils, that's all you need for any lipstick.
Then we get into lip glosses. Here again, we have a very important product. It's got very intense shine and soft texture. It comes with a beautifully adherent performance, so it stays on the lips, a shiny, luminous effect. Ideal to dress the lips in shimmering reflections, protective, moisturizing, thanks to vitamin E and jojoba oil. So moisturizing as well. So for those clients who are looking for something to, like a lip balm, something to protect their lips, something to moisturize their lips with a little bit of color, they can use the lip gloss. If they want transparent, we have that too. It's a number 10. So
there's shimmer in the other shades, and I should mention that the shimmer is very, very fine pigments. This doesn't look like your typical teen gloss with big blobs of glitter. It's a very fine shimmer. The reason for that is because it's going to reflect the light and it's going to make your lips appear fuller. And everybody wants their lips to look fuller. It'll fill in any of the lines or expression spots that tend to appear on lips first. So it gives you that perfect full pout that everybody wants.
So it's more of a pearly, satiny look.
And lip gloss also is coming back big time in trends, as you'll see in our collection as well.
And now we come to our professional lipsticks. We have a creamy, comfortable texture. Like I said before, anti-dryness olive oil, vitamin E, anti-chap, luminous smoothing, really wonderful lipstick. We also have what we call a comfort matte lipstick. These comfort matte lipsticks, of course, are
ultra pigmented but matte.
Exactly.
One important thing about matte lipsticks, they've become very popular over the past few years, but a lot of matte lipsticks are very drying. So they're long last, they might last all day. By the end, your lips look so dehydrated and chapped, they can look really awful. As I mentioned with the lip gloss, gloss tends to be volumizing, and matte makes it look smaller. And nobody wants their lips to look smaller. So it's very important that the formula for the matte lips is nourishing so that you keep that volume and you keep that shape to your lips while still adhering to the trend to have that matte look.
And I do find that the Comfort Matte lipstick stays on longer than the regular professional lipstick. Again, no preservatives, no silicones, no lanolin, no petroleum, no mineral oils, and no parabens. So the key words here are comfortable matte, full and vibrant color, instant color release, blend of natural waxes with demi-matte effect, excellent comfort and hydration, perfect easy application, and really, really good staying power, excellent staying power. This is the eyeshadow palettes that we've already discussed.
Let's get through this.
And we also have Les Nudes, sorry.
Yeah, we already
talked about this. Okay. Behind the curtain, this is basically what does the makeup artist need for her toolbox. We want a smoothing makeup base. This is the primer that you will pull out when you have that skin that is really a mess. They should have had a facial before coming to see you for that professional makeup. You don't have that choice though, and you need to work with it. So this is what we recommend you to use to minimize wrinkles, pores, and uneven complexions because of the primer technology. It is one shade for everybody. Also boosted with that 3D instant lift effect that is found in HD foundation. So again, if you need it, use it.
And when you say one shade, it's translucent. So this is also a great one if you're doing bridal parties to use for the Met, because it will smooth everything out. It will leave everything matte, eliminate, minimize wrinkles, minimize pores, but it doesn't look like a makeup. So if you have a groom or father of the bride or someone like that that you want to do, you want them to look a little nicer, but they have a tough time convincing you to let them wear makeup, this is a great product for them. It just looks like a cream and it's going to make them look perfect.
The instant lift effect, we already talked about this one. Well, in this case, it's the tapioca, which adheres to the skin, creating that three-dimensional microfilm that gives you that beautiful, smooth lift effect. The Biphasics Makeup Remover is something that is part of the range, and it's enriched with calendula, melilot, and mango extract for moisturizing, decongesting action, removes even waterproof makeup, and ideal for even the most sensitive eyes. You can sell this to your customers. It comes in a small bottle, so it's great for retail, for the eyes, lips, and face. We also have the 3-in-1 two-phase micellar lotion. This comes in a 400 ml bottle, so it's much larger, ideal for you to work with, but also you can sell it to your clients. And it removes makeup, cleanses, and hydrates. It has 2 phases. The lower phase removes smog, pollution, as well as impurities, while the upper phase, enriched with omega-3 oils, very, very important for antioxidant action, removes all the traces of makeup and leaves your skin soft and hydrated. It's suitable for everybody. It's non-greasy, even for the most sensitive skin. Removes waterproof makeup as well. Just remember to always shake it before you apply it onto a cotton pad that you will use to remove your makeup. Accessories, we have pre-cut sponges, we have a puff. Most people don't understand what this puff is for. What it is you put it on your hands and then it protects you as you're working to rest your hands.
So if I'm doing her makeup, see how my hand would be tend to rest on her face? You put the puff here, and now you protect the base that you've done as you work on the eyes.
Exactly. So it's a really easy to work tool for the makeup artist. Sharpener, it's a really good makeup sharpener. I find personally when I've tried to use other makeup sharpeners, they eat up my pencil, they chew up my pencils, and I want to make sure that I have a really quick, good sharpener. This is amazing. I love it and highly recommend it to anybody to sell to their clients. A little bit more expensive than a regular pencil sharpener that you might find at Dollarama for 99 cents, but it also does the job and it lasts for years in their drawer. Brushes. The brushes are also very important. Everything is been done with the makeup artist in mind. So lip brush number 1, synthetic bristles for lipstick. Number 2, same, it's called a cat tongue brush, very ideal for neat, professional nuance, wherever you're trying to do like a really fine detail. Brush number 3 is more for a cat, it's a large classic cat tongue shape for blending shadows, used for blending on larger surfaces, also good for that smoky eye effect. Number 4, this is your oblique and bulging natural bristles to apply eyeshadow and nude shading, so especially for the, again, the shading inside the eyes, and also for the, of course, the eye socket area. And then number 5 is your foundation, again, a synthetic bristle for fluid, cream, or gel for the face. Also, I like to use this if I'm going in specifically in an area to do a specific application to blend. Also good for primer application. Number 6 is our blending brush. It's synthetic bristles for blush application, ideal for defining and chiseling cheekbones, also used for contouring. All right. And then we have your tanning cake brush or face brush. It's again made with synthetic bristles. So again, vegans love this type of our makeup brushes because they're all synthetic, with the exception of, I want to make sure you understand, with the exception of this number 4, it's a natural bristle, so it's using pony hair. All the rest are synthetic brushes. Okay. And then we come to the eyebrow professional brush, which I showed you earlier with the eyebrows. We also have some new tweezers that are really cool. They have a very, very good grip on hair with the oblique tweezers, but on the other side, we have the comb, a metal comb that is really good for, I find it really useful too when I have to trim the brows. This is a great product. And the double sharpener is now also available. All our products come with a declaration of compliance to the European standards that do not contain substances that we've discussed. So this is your proof of no heavy metals, according to regulations of the CE, which is in the European nations. I think this is important for you. I would even suggest keeping it handy to show proof to your clients. Okay. Also, we've done chemical and physical checks, microbiological properties tests, produced in respect of good manufacturing practice. So all these things are really, really important, and it's signed by the Anna Mastropaolo, who is the chemist for DDP skincare. Okay. And again, here's your, we have mini samples of the black pencil. We have comfort matte lipstick samples. We have foundation samples. We have the selfie brush. Let's talk about this one for a second. If you've never used a selfie brush before, it's very ergonomic and easy to use. Beautiful flexibility. So when you're working with it, quite easy,
it's really easy
to apply. Comes in just one size. Can also be used for contouring. Comes in,
this is a different brush, another foundation brush that we have in a different format. Really easy to apply foundation, makes it really quick.
Just a bigger size. We also have the Miracle Blender. For those of you who've never used this before, this comes in a streak-free application, perfect for any foundation or concealers and highlighters.
This is great for people who are used to applying their foundation with a sponge instead.
And latex-free, non-irritant, and odor-free. We also have periodically pochettes. Now this is going to be available for you to use if you want to do a promotion. Sometimes we do offer these promotions to you as well, but you can also buy them. And this is a general tester. I wanted you to share it to see what it looks like. So at this point, we're winding down our presentation. We're going to be moving into the next phase, which is going to be our summer collection, spring summer collection. But this foundation tester is what she's going to be working from. At this point, Amalia is going to leave us. She's going to go and do her makeup.
Sorry. Let me move on to the, I'm just going to finish off this presentation really quickly because we get a lot of questions about this. So we have a large general tester stand, but we also have smaller displays that are available. So we have this one where you can choose which black inserts you want to put in, these little black squares. You can choose which products you want for a smaller selection. And we also have a small counter display or a makeup bag that's available. So if you're interested in a display, we have a lot of these different types available. Let us know, and we are happy to customize something for you depending on your needs. Now, I don't think that we have had any questions so far. Let me take a look. Yeah, no questions so far. So if anybody has any questions about the line, put it in the chat and we'll address it at the end. We're now going to move on to introducing the new collection. So let me get that screen for you. Okay, here we go. So I'll just get this started and then I'm going to finish off. So we're going to go through the collection. We'll let you know what the new summer collection products are. And then we're going to finish off. I'm going to take off my makeup. I'll show you how quick it is with the micellar cleanser. I'm wearing full makeup, and with the cleansing water, it's really quick to take it off. So you'll see that. And then I'll do a quick demo to see how easy it is to do makeup in literally 5 minutes using the new collection. So let's get started. Here's the new collection. I'm going to show you some of the inspiration behind the Spring-Summer 2020 collection. So it was inspired by desert shades, as you see here. This is some of the imagery. With every collection, they come out with a beautiful presentation of the imagery to show the makeup artist's inspiration of what they were looking for. So you see this is Sahara fashion, cool tones, warm tones, Arabic beauty. So this beautiful, beautiful eye makeup. This is part of what inspired the collection. The riads of Morocco, where you have these beautiful blues and golds and bronze. And here's some fashion images that show you this was the inspiration that they were looking at. So the colors we see. There's bronze. The sienna shade. Again, all inspired by this beautiful Sahara fashion. Champagne, nude. These are the colors that are the biggest colors out of Milano right now. This deep navy blue. And here we have, that brings us all to the image of this year's collection. Okay, so beautiful collection using those desert shades, the nudes, bronze, champagne, gold, and those warm tones along with the cool blue. That gives you this beautiful look. An important thing to note about these colors is that they choose colors that are the up-and-coming shades, so they go with the fashion trends. That's important with makeup because you want your makeup to complement the fashion trends, so you need to have things that will go with whatever is being presented in stores over the summer. So now we'll take a look at what products are part of this collection. For eyes, we have something called the Oriental Sunset Palette. This is a beautiful eyeshadow palette. It has 4 shades, and they're 4 elegant, harmonious shades. What I love about this palette is that it does the work for you, so you don't need to worry about which color goes with which, what's a good complementary color. You have the 4 shades here. It comes packaged in this beautiful package with a mirror. And any combination of these 4 shades is going to look beautiful. You can use them on the eyes. You can use them on lips as well for a little bit of shimmer. Again, we have easy to use textures, easy to blend. It has a satin pearly finish, and you can build the coverage. So it comes on with great color payoff. As soon as you use it, you'll see it has excellent color. But you can also build it to get stronger and stronger, depending on the look that you're going for. So here are the 4 shades. You have this champagne shade, a copper tone, this shimmery terracotta, and a shimmery bronze shade. Next, we have an eye pencil. So we were discussing earlier how the collections sometimes come out with an eye pencil in a unique color. For this year, they've chosen this midnight blue. Again, very easy to use. It has what they call an easy glide technology, so it's really easy to apply. With just a few simple strokes, I'm wearing it today, just a few simple strokes, you can create a really precise line, really easy to blend, and you can also use it inside the water rim. The next product that we have is really unique. It's a cream eyeshadow stick. So it looks like, sometimes they're called a chubby pencil. It's a thicker pencil, and you can use this in two different ways. You can use it as an eyeshadow all over, or you can use it as an eyeliner. So you can do a more natural look, or you can make it a really intense, deep, smoky eye like we saw in some of those inspiration images. It's a really soft formula. It leaves a comfortable film, so it's not going to crack. It's not going to flake off. It's not going to run. As soon as you put it on, you can blend it, and then the color will set, and it will last all day into the night. It gives you a really even, really intense color. Now for lips, we have two beautiful lipstick shades. These are a creamy texture, so they're not matte, but not shiny. They're in between with a velvety finish. We have really comfortable, really hydrating with a mix of oils and natural waxes. And the colors are more for a natural look. So because they're presenting such an intense eye shade, these are for more of a natural look. After a few seasons of seeing really strong, bright, hot pinks and reds, now we're seeing that what looks really fresh is that natural, full look. And it also makes it easier if you want to do something more intense and overdraw the lines, the lips a little bit to give a really full look. We have two shades. So there's a nude tone, which is this one, a little bit more peachy. And then there's the sienna tone, which is the one that I'm wearing, a little bit stronger color. I find it's hard to find a lipstick in a natural nude shade that still gives you full lips and still looks really nice. So I love both of these shades that they've chosen. It allows you to have a really full lip with more impact, especially if you're talking about photo or video. If you have a true nude, it completely drowns you out. So this gives you a little bit more impact while still looking natural. And next we have two lip gloss shades. I mentioned before that lip glosses are becoming really popular again. They're coming back. A lot of makeup lines, like I heard Lancome has just relaunched their Juicy Tube lip glosses. So we're expecting in trends to see a huge resurgence in lip gloss after a few years of matte shades. So here we have two really versatile glosses. There's a champagne color, which is really neutral and natural. And they're both really shimmery, but not that same micronized shimmer, which is gonna look really sophisticated on a mature client as well. The other shade we have is this one, which is bronze. I'm wearing it over top of my lipstick, you can see. Really natural color, and if you want something that gives you a little bit of color, but you don't want a full lipstick, this would be a great tone. Both of these colors are really good on all skin types. So again, you can offer the trend without having to worry about carrying 10 different shades that will work with everyone. So those are the lip products. Next, for face, we have a beautiful, beautiful face compact powder. It's a tiled shape. It's sort of inspired by the Moroccan tiles you might see in a riad in Marrakesh. And it's halfway between a bronzer and a highlighter. So they all have a shimmer to give you that blurring, perfecting technology. So it'll blur over imperfections and completely smooth them out. And you can sculpt without creating too many shadows. It's a satin pearlescent finish. It's really silky. It has a pleasant fragrance. This is a great product for summer for people who, we were talking earlier with bronzer, if you don't want to wear a foundation, but you just want to have a little bit of color. Or if you're tanning on your body, but you're protecting your face because you don't want aging and you don't want further signs of aging, this is a great product to use to even out. I love using bronzer in the summer because I tan on my body, but then I don't want my face to get dark. So I tend to have two different shades. This helps me to even out. And it's also a nice thing if you don't want to have foundation in the summer, which a lot of people don't. You can apply this all over really quickly and it gives you a beautiful natural finish. Next product is amazing. This is what I think is the must-have product out of this collection. This is called the Radiance Makeup Base. Essentially, you can use this in 4 ways. This is a really pearlescent, beautiful face primer and highlighter that will give you that dewy, glowing look that everybody's looking for in the summer. It's 1 shade for all skin tones with a warm glow. You can see I've applied it here on my hand. So you can use this in 4 ways. First option, you can use it as a primer under your foundation. When you wear it that way, it's going to give you a bit of a glow, but not too much. So maybe if you're someone who has a lot of blemishes, you don't want to have highlighter over the blemishes because then it's going to make them more apparent. You can apply this to give you more of a natural, healthy glow without being too intense. Next option, you can wear this on your own. So if you have perfect skin and you just want that glowy, dewy, fresh look in the summer and you don't want foundation, you can apply this and you'll get that primer effect, that smoothing, perfect base, but without makeup. So you'll see your skin shining through for that beautiful, dewy, glowing look for summer. Your next option is to apply it mixed in with the foundation. So you can add a few drops to your liquid foundation and it's gonna amp it up, make it a little bit more glowy, but make it a little bit faster to apply. And then the final effect, which I like, the fourth way, this is my favorite way to wear it, you can apply it over top of your foundation as a highlighter. So to your cheekbone, brow bone, the bridge of your nose, you can even apply it on lips and eyes. It gives you a really strong shine. I'm not sure if this camera is picking it up, but it's really beautiful luminescent highlight. So this is something you could easily put in your makeup bags if you want to switch your makeup from a daytime look to more intense. Just apply this highlighter over top. Again, this is a really great product. This dewy, glowing, highlighted look is a huge look for summer, and this is an easy product to be able to apply that. So there you go. There we have it. That's the full line. I'm now going to remove my makeup so you can see how quick it is. If any of you have any questions in the meantime, this is just going to be a moment. Maybe we can answer the questions while we remove the makeup. I'll show you, I'm using the cleansing water. This is the Micellar cleansing water from the Soothing line. It's really, really easy to use. So I'm wearing full makeup. I'll show you how quick it is in just one swipe. Okay, so quickly removed all my makeup, no staining, no bleeding, my lipstick is off. Now I'm gonna use this to remove my foundation. The reason I wanted to show this today is because a lot of makeup can be really difficult to remove, especially if they're using camouflage makeup or something to conceal. It can be, or waterproof mascara is the biggest culprit. So with just a quick swipe, I can remove everything. You can see I have a big blemish that I'm going to show you how to uncover. I normally don't break out, and of course, the week we decide that we're going to go on video taking off my makeup, I have a huge breakout. I don't know what's going on, but my hormones are making me break out. And so actually it turned out to be good because I can show you how easy it is to conceal using our concealer. Okay, so like that, I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up, but I've completely removed all my makeup. And even though I'm not wearing, sorry, I've removed my foundation. I haven't done the eyes yet. But you can see that it doesn't leave my skin looking dry or oily. It's removed it, but thanks to the Helixin in the Micellar cleansing water, it's actually really soothing and nourishing without applying a cream. I haven't applied a cream yet, as you've seen, but my skin doesn't look or feel dry. It feels really, really nice. Okay, now I'm removing my eyeliner. I was wearing the Complexion, the blue pencil, and I was wearing the Don't Cry Anymore mascara. I was wearing thick too, quite a few coats, and it's gone. There's nothing left under on my lashes. A lot of waterproof mascara, it will take a few passes. I'll show you how clear it is. See, my sponge is completely clean. So I only had to use it once, and by the second time, it's completely removed everything. Now I'll move over to this side. This product is so great to have in your cabine if you're doing professional, if you're doing facials or if you're about to do a professional makeup. You obviously can't do makeup when they're wearing some underneath. You want to start with a clean base. So it's really important that you remove whatever they have underneath. Okay. So there we go. I've removed everything. And now I'm going to start. I'll show you how quick it is to apply. I'm going to just do an easy daily look. Now normally I would apply it starting with my cream, but I didn't bring my cream with me today. So I'm just gonna move on to foundation right away. I personally use the HD foundation. I love this foundation to give me that sort of perfect finish and smooth my pores, minimize any blemishes. And typically I only have a few little blemishes, a few little spots. Today I do have this bigger pimple that I'm gonna need to cover up, but I find that the HD foundation for just little small redness, things like that, this one's perfect. You can apply this with a selfie brush or with a foundation brush. Typically I apply just with my hands. So I'll show you how I apply it with my hands and how quick it is, and then I'll go in with the selfie brush after to blend. So I start in the middle of my face because that's where you have the most redness and you tend to break out the most. Now I could have started with the primer underneath, but I want to save that to use. I want to save that to use in the end like a highlighter for a more intense look. Okay, so you can see pretty quick that was a healthy amount of foundation, and that big blemish that I have is actually pretty well covered already. So you can see that anything small has just been smoothed and perfected. Now around the corners and the edges, I finish off with the selfie brush to make it more smooth and to give a perfect look. Especially around the brows, it will remove anything left over. Okay, and now, like I said, this spot is pretty bad, so I'm gonna cover today with the HD Lift Effect Concealer. I could have used one of the other ones, but this is what I typically would use because I don't suffer from a lot of blemishes. This is an easy one and I wanted to show off the texture. So just a little spot and just gently tap in with your fingers, and it blends in so easily. It's still wet, so it's still showing up a little bit, but.
And this is supposed to be a medium build. So.
Yeah, this is a medium build concealer. So I'm gonna let this set for a moment and then I can go back in for a little more. I also have a little bit of darkness under my eyes, so I'm gonna put some under my eyes just to perfect it. And a little more on my spot. And finish with the selfie brush. Now again, you don't have to use brushes. The foundation textures are so easy to use that you can just use your hands. And usually I just apply my makeup with my hands. Okay, I'm gonna show the bronzer next. Because in the summer, I don't usually use blush, I just use the bronzer. Use a big fluffy brush, and you apply wherever the sun would hit, or you can apply to do a little contour, so I always do it at the tip of my nose and under my chin to blend. I'm going to use the primer afterwards as a highlighter, but as you can see, this works really well just to sculpt and to set what I've already done. Now, the primer. I'm gonna do my face fully finished first, and then we'll do eyes. So the primer, I'm gonna apply a little bit. It's a liquid formula, and just tap it and blend it over my cheekbones. It's really easy to blend, so you don't have to worry. You're not gonna end up with a big streak. A little on top of my brow bone. I think you can see that on the camera. And now I'm gonna use, oh sorry, I have a hair in my face driving me crazy. Now I'm gonna use the Oriental palette. You can use this with a shadow brush. Most days I just apply it with my fingers because I find it easier to apply that way. So I'm using the dark or the lightest shade all over. See how easy the texture is? It just applied right away quickly. Next, I'm going to go into the crease. I need to find my blending brush here. This is the brush I love using for the crease. I'm gonna choose this more champagne shade, or sorry, this more like terracotta red coppery shade to define the crease. This is the number 4 brush. See how quick that is? And you can build it to be more intense if you want, but I love that it's so quick and the shades are really, really flattering on every skin type. And next, I really want to show you this, it's called Midnight in Marrakesh eyeshadow, the eyeshadow stick. So I'm going to use it, you can see, like an eyeliner. See, it applies really quickly. Get my hair out of the way. And then if you wanted to, you could go in with a brush to blend it. And now I'm gonna go underneath because I want to do more of like a nighttime, more intense look like we saw in the beautiful photography. Now I do need to blend this with my brush. So I'm gonna use my blending brush here. Yeah, it goes on so easily and it blends so smoothly. Yeah, this is what we're talking about when we say these are amazing textures and they do all the work for you. Okay, now finally, I'm going to use the blue pencil inside my water rim because I want to get that really intense look like I saw in the image. And this pencil is safe to do that. And now my mascara. Mascara goes on so easily. I find that you really don't even have to work it that hard. There are some other mascaras where you really have to go in over and over and over to get a strong look. And I'm not someone with a lot of lashes, but this one works really well for me to give me a more volumized look. I don't like wearing false lashes because I just can't be bothered. So this one kind of gives me that look. It's the Don't Cry mascara without a lot of effort. Under. And then, because my brows are already pretty full, I'm gonna use the, what's this one called? The Volumizing Eyebrow Fixer. It's like a gel, just to put my brows in shape and add a little bit of color. Again, super quick. You don't even need to be really precise because the textures work so well for you. Final step, I'm gonna apply the nude lipstick because I have a lot happening with my eyes right now. You see how easy that is? I don't need a lip liner. I barely even need to look in the mirror. It applies so quickly. I'm gonna finish with the gloss so you can see how that finishes everything off. Okay, and that's it. That was about 5-10 minutes for a really intense look. You don't need to spend too much time. I barely needed to use tools, and you can do your makeup very quickly.
Oh, it's beautiful. I wanted to share with you, I also did my makeup with the collection today. I used the number 33 illuminating foundation. That's the one that's more for summertime. But what I did is I mixed it with this. So I got this really cool kind of glossy glow to my skin. So I mixed half and half. Whatever the amount is that I usually would use, I mixed it together and I just applied it, and that was my foundation. I am wearing the blush from the face palette, but I did go over it one more time all over with a little bit of the bronzing powder from the collection this summer, just to give me a little bit more sun look than I really have. I don't tan, but I do want to look a little bit more sun-kissed during the summer months so that your clothing and so on, you're more in season with what makes you look better, okay? I also use the same eyeshadows that are in the collection. I use the eyeliner like Amalia did. So I just wanted you to kind of see the difference in how strong can you make it. The lipstick and the lip gloss is the same light shade that Amalia is wearing, and I've had this on now for since 12:30 today. I put it on at 12:30, and so now it's 2:30, and it's been already that many hours, and I'm still wearing it, even though I've been talking a lot and drinking water, etc., etc. Okay.
We do have a question here for the professionals. Do you sell the cream compact foundation or wet and dry in just the pans? We make custom palettes for the actors we work on. So no, all the foundations for retail come as in a little box like this one in a package. We don't sell them for palettes. We do sell refill palettes for our tester stand.
Yeah, so you would buy the samples, what we call a tester set, and then you would do with it if it fits your, I'm not sure what kind of a product you're using to put the products into. Sometimes they're standard sizes, sometimes they're not. So you would have to check that out with us first.
Mm-hmm. Again, the collection is made more to be for using within, so we have the bag where you would use a full set, and then if you were retailing, you would just retail the one individual item. Most individuals are not going to buy a full palette, but when you're talking about actors, that's obviously a little bit of a different situation.
In that case, I would suggest the palette that I showed you earlier. That's that one right there. Yeah, it's already made as a palette.
Oh, sorry, I should open it. The Perfecting palette. That could work for you. Okay, so I think that's all the questions we see today. Thank you everyone for participating. If you have any questions afterwards, you can always email us and we'll be happy to help you. We will be sending out a price list with our new collection today or tomorrow. It has just arrived from Italy, so we're ready to send that out. And all the other products are all ready to go on our website.
Thanks for joining us and have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.